Richies are 30 years old and stand 5'9". Both made championship weight. The slight reach advantage goes the way of Miranda. Once again, Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the LFA 207 main event of the evening. Scheduled for 5-minute rounds for the LFA Lightweight World Championship. Brought to you tonight by Monster Energy. And now, for all those watching around the world tonight on UFC Fight Pass and for those in attendance here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, are you ready for war? Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This catch wrestler stands 5'9", weight in 154.6 pounds. He holds a professional record, 10 wins, 1 defeat, with 4 wins coming by way of knockout and 2 by way of submission. Representing Bloodline Combat Sports, fighting out of Santa Ana, California, he is Richie El Machete Miranda. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a wrestler standing 5'9", weight in 154.7 pounds. He holds a professional record, 6 wins, 0 defeats, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Representing the Goat Shed, fighting out of Miami, Florida, he is the reigning, defending LFA Lightweight World Champion, Richie Lewis, otherwise known as Richie Savage. Your referee in charge of the main event, Nick Barrett.
Rules in the back, it's a clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Most important, protect yourself at all times. Touch up if you want. I'm on command, come out fight.
The 155-pound strap lies in the balance here. The champion, Richie Lewis. The challenger, Richie Miranda. Miranda coming in as a big underdog, trying to steal the belt from Richie Lewis. Underway, Miranda with the blue tape and Richie Lewis the red.
See Miranda right away with a little bit of a lower stance, right? He knows Lewis gonna try to get in there, find the takedowns early.
Miranda, nice stinging jab from Lewis.
Oh, good striking right here early by Lewis. Miranda expected this. Expected Lewis to come out hot.
Absolutely, said he's gonna have to weather
he's
Lewis
gonna get
coming
this.
in hot. And look at this, Miranda slipped off the back. Has his neck caught for a second, but Lewis powers out. Working from the side now.
Yeah, 1 for 1 so far for Lewis with the takedown attempt. I mean, that was a little bit easier than expected. It kind of caught Miranda off balance right there. Nonetheless, Lewis gets the takedown early in this fight.
And Lewis sneaking a few elbows through.
Sorry about that, Ron. Yeah, I like what I saw, though, on the feet for the short while that it lasted from Lewis, though. Letting his hands go a little bit, saw some nice, crisp combination work. Seeing a bit of an active top game so far as well.
Miranda scrambling up, but not for long.
Nice shot by Lewis getting him back down. But this is going to be a big part of this fight. If Miranda can get back to his feet, use his wrestling as well. Doesn't have to be the better wrestler, just has to be able to defend or get back up.
Richie Lewis all over Richie Miranda right now. Struggling to get back up.
Yeah, both men doing a nice job, making the other one work hard.
Trying to get those elbows through, and Lewis drags him back down to the canvas.
You see how sneaky Lewis is right there. When he's leaning on you with the body lock, trying to mat return you, he's sticking one of his legs into the back of your knee, bending your leg, forcing you to sit down in that position, helping finish his takedowns.
Oh, nice elbows from Miranda. Works his way up.
Oh, look at
Not
this.
for long. Lewis
Lewis so far staying true to his word and not quite settling. You know, he's been throwing shots, scrambling back to his feet. Even though he's having to work harder, he's making Lewis work to keep this takedown, because wrestlers love nothing more than getting you down and being able to rest for a while, but both men have stayed pretty active so far.
But this is textbook Richie Lewis right now, being able to take down his opponent, grind out on the ground, throw some elbows.
For sure. I do like the activity, though, out of Lewis so far. He hasn't really just been settling. They're trying to find little sneaky elbows and some openings here.
Yeah.
Lewis looking to just get into that half guard right there, settle in. Yeah, both guys really utilizing the elbows in this kind of clinched up position.
Without a doubt.
We've seen this position a lot tonight from some of the wrestlers, right? Getting that half guard, getting heavy on the hips, settling in, and then trying to find the ground and pound.
Lewis's corner and his goat shed team, as Alan mentioned before, moved from Kill Cliff back to the goat shed, so he wanted to be back where he started. Miranda landing 9 of 12 elbows, and Lewis 4 for 4.
Lewis doing a nice job right here, wrapping up. Miranda has his head and his leg right here, cradled up, putting him back on the mat.
Another elbow drop from Richie Lewis.
Both men staying busy in both of their positions, but Lewis just having his way on top so far in this first round.
Yeah, you couldn't really ask for a better opening round for the champ. This is what he does. He does well, the former wrestler, Rutgers University.
Take a look at some of the striking early. Lewis getting that jab going. We're going to see a little bit of combination work from him here. This was a nice overhand left right here. I mean, really nice work. Like to see more of that when these guys start on their feet. Now watch these takedowns. Picks him up over the shoulder, nice elevation. Drop back. Once Lewis gets on top, it's tough getting up. Miranda did a nice job fighting, trying to get some damage from the bottom, making Lewis work in those scramble positions, but nonetheless, Lewis pretty dominant on top.
And that was an overall very, very impressive round for Richie Lewis. That big strike, it was hard to see from our position, but our crew caught it. Landed a big shot. Mariah and Noella get us set for round number 2. The lightweight strap on the line.
That takedown came against the fence from Miranda, and so I'll be curious to see if he tries to keep his back off of the fence, maybe stay more in the center of the octagon, where wrestlers in MMA are more hesitant to shot in those open takedowns. Oh, nice jab entry right there from Miranda. Good counter work right there by Miranda as well. Oh, he's got a spring guard here.
Gets Lewis down, but Lewis up and holding the leg of Miranda, pushing him up against the octagon wall.
Yeah, I would, if I'm Miranda, I'm not looking for any submissions. I'm just trying to stuff the head, find an exit route. Nice shot by Miranda.
That was a win. Fighters restart on the Monster Energy logo.
Good job, Lewis, getting around with that hook. Both men having success with their lead hands so far in this round.
Yeah, that little hook stopped Miranda in his tracks. See Miranda now attacking that lead leg and the calf of Lewis.
Yeah, landed a couple of those, and that's what took Lewis down earlier, was that sneaky little calf kick.
left from the champ. Punching his way in. Body lock and pushes Miranda up against the octagon wall.
Miranda needs to fight for his life right here to avoid this takedown. Looks like he's gonna get the defense right here.
And really another victory for Richie Miranda.
Yeah, when we go back to that takedown in the first round, I mean, it was a nice takedown by Lewis, but it was also kind of like a bit of a mistake by Miranda. He found himself on one leg against the fence, kind of gave Lewis the easier takedown. Thus far, when Lewis has pushed Miranda against the fence in the second round, he's 0 for 2, I believe.
Yes.
But he's showing some good striking right so far, is Lewis. That overhand left so far has kind of been his money punch.
Striking very even. Miranda outstriking Lewis 47-43.
Good sneaky 1-2 from Miranda right there.
Lewis landing 90% of his strikes thrown.
And in my opinion, this is when Miranda is fighting his best, when he's pushing his opponent back against the octagon and just punching in that boxing range, looking for his own takedowns, which I don't know if we're going to see too many possible head clash right there, but I don't think we're going to see too many shots from Miranda tonight. I think he's going to be looking for the pressure of the boxing only.
We come up on 2 minutes to go. Miranda able to keep this second round standing. Little cut, or maybe it's just a scrape under the eye of the champion.
Yeah, that happened in the first round. I think it was on the nose. It could have been from those elbows that Miranda was throwing from the bottom. Both guys were landing some good strikes in that first round. Oh,
overhand right from Lewis, and Miranda counters back.
Yeah, probably the more significant strike of the fight so far, that counter by Miranda just now.
Watch that uppercut from Richie Miranda.
Miranda feeling a little bit of
Getting some steam.
Miranda got the momentum going right now in the striking. Backing up Lewis, switching stances, landing shots.
And Lewis circling out as Miranda stalking the champion now.
He's on wobbly feet right now. Lewis is kind of stumbling on his own feet.
Huge opportunity for Richie Miranda.
Lewis needs to find an opportunity to get this fight to the ground. Both guys 30 boxing right now in the pocket.
What a round for Richie Miranda.
Lewis looks like he's recovered for a minute there. He was kind of stumbling on his own feet. I couldn't tell if he was rocked or just kind of
100%
shaking it off.
Also seemed a little gassed too. Breathing heavy, mouth was open.
And that's what happens when you fight a pressure fighter like Richie Miranda. He's in your face, he's throwing combinations, he's constantly backing you up and not allowing you to breathe. You see how fast he closed the distance just now? He's not letting Lewis recover from this.
2 elbows from Miranda. Fans here in Sioux Falls on their feet.
Big comeback round right here for Richie Miranda.
Oh, big right from Miranda. What a comeback round, and the stare down from the challenger. Huge round for the Bloodline combat sports fighter Richie Miranda. And Richie Lewis sitting on the stool, breathing heavy. What a round for the challenger, Alan.
Yeah, this is uncharted territory for Richie Lewis. He normally gets the takedowns. He's the guy on top. Has success on the feet sometimes, but he doesn't really get tagged up like he did in the second round.
Look at that round. There the corner Leon Douglas, Manny Silva, the LFA and UFC vet. As we watch the highlights here as Miranda opened up with his strikes.
See, both men landed right there, but it was Miranda that had the follow-up punches. This is when he had Lewis hurt, backing up. Look at these nice elbows, somewhat partially blocked, but nonetheless, you're feeling the recoil from it. Lewis was backing up that round. His legs got a little bit wobbly. We'll see how much he recovered going into this third round.
Richie Miranda cheering on the fighter from Santa Ana, California. Definitely got it 1 round apiece, correct, Alan?
Absolutely. Grappling for the first round for Lewis. Second round, Miranda with the striking. Had Lewis hurt, all tied up going into the 3rd round right here. And if I'm Miranda, Ron, I'm just making this a dirty boxing type match. He doesn't have to look pretty. All I have to do is avoid the ground and land my strikes. And that's what he does. That's what he does best. He's a pressure fighter or dirty boxing top fighter. Lewis
landing here.
Lewis landing. He needs to find these opportunities like he did in the first round where he's landing and transition right into a takedown. Get Miranda. Oh, big left hand by Lewis. Lewis just shrugs it off though, walking forward. Nice timing right there, Richie Lewis.
You knew it was coming. Lewis setting up the takedown with the strikes, scores it, but look at Miranda firing elbows from his back.
This has got to be a huge sigh of relief for Lewis, getting this takedown that he couldn't get in the 2nd round and getting it early here in the 3rd.
There you go, pound on the wrist.
I mean, Miranda's just staying busy, right? I mean, he's
doing more right now off his back than Lewis is.
Right, I mean, he can't stay here the whole round, but while he's on the ground, I mean, he told us, I'm going to stay busy, I'm going to do damage, I'm going to try to scramble. And I mean, he's relentless with the bottom attack.
Nasty elbows. As we listen into, there's the corner of Richie Miranda. Bloodline Combat Sports Team.
Nice shot right there by Lewis, finding the opportune moment to pass that guard. Richie had a body lock on earlier, putting a lot of strain on the lower back. As soon as he let it go, Lewis quickly passes. Look at this, Lewis advancing into the mount position right here. I like what I'm seeing out of Lewis. He's going for it, not just settling for being on top.
Needed to do something as Miranda much more active as we hit the midway point of the 3rd round.
Miranda going for a choke right now to no prevail. Back into the guard of Miranda.
Miranda landing 22 of 30 elbows thrown, a lot from the bottom. Lewis in top position.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the more active guards or bottom that we've seen.
I agree. Where Lewis scored the takedown, but it's really been Miranda being the more active fighter.
And I'm glad you brought it up because I wasn't even leaning towards this at the beginning of this round, but you start wonder how they're going to score things like this, right? Because he has a triangle right now on Lewis. We see Lewis doing the right thing, posturing up. He's going to slip out of it. But with this current scoring system, a takedown is only a takedown. It's a positional change unless you're inflicting damage or hunting the submission. And as of now, Miranda, are you seeing right now the live numbers that Miranda's outstriking him from the bottom?
I can just see the total strikes. He's outstriking Lewis 123 to 78.
Wow. Almost double the strikes from the bottom. So it makes you wonder what the referees are looking at. The positional battle that Lewis is obviously winning and landing his strikes as well.
Right.
Or Miranda on bottom, who is outstriking from the bottom. I don't think they're ever going to be really fight ending, but they're starting to pile up.
I'm with you 100%. Lewis, over 7 minutes of ground control, but as you said, Alan, it's been Miranda who has done more, landed more, been more aggressive. As we're coming up on 30 seconds to go. And Richie Miranda, back on his feet. The fans appreciate it and continuing to throw elbows. Lewis drags him back down.
This would be a good opportunity, Ron, for Lewis to try to steal this round or just solidify the round, rather. Just go for something big, make it memorable in the eyes of the judges.
Absolutely. Finish strong. Make them remember the end of the round. But I mean, right now, in my opinion, despite the takedowns, I give that round to Richie Miranda.
Lewis gave him a bit of a push with his leg right there. Little posturing. That was a very interesting round. We'll take a look at it. Lewis had some good striking. Look at this beautiful left hand right here by Lewis. Lands right there on the eye of Miranda. Had some moments early on the feet. You can see Miranda kind of rub that eye. Again, it's been the left hand over the top. I think that's one of Lewis's best shots, and it works well with the wrestler, right? Because you see a wrestler change levels low, you're expecting the takedown. Next thing you know, the overhand's coming over the top. Interesting round to score because of the damage, but Lewis was the guy on top. It's what in the eyes of the judges was more prominent as we listen into these corners.
Walking on the left. More than one punch, though. Seconds out. Go get another one. Go get another one.
We have an ice
As we enter into the championship rounds, the corner of Richie Lewis
the notorious
spilled
ice.
the ice bucket.
Oh, that's, I mean, that's...
I'm not saying that it was done on purpose, but I am saying that it is buying Richie Lewis a little bit more breathing time as our crew and Tony going to work, getting it done.
You're taking me back to old UFC fights here. I'm thinking about Joe Rogan staring at that ice cube. I'm thinking about Yoel Romero getting the extra time in between rounds. Here we go.
And Richie Miranda comes out throwing the jab. Championship rounds. Round number 4. Richie Miranda, the challenger. Richie Lewis defending his belt for the first time.
I'm not trying to play judge here, but I think rounds 1 and 2 were pretty obvious. Round 1 for Lewis, round 2 for Miranda. Round 3 is the one that different judges might have seen it differently.
Who did you give that round to?
I really don't know. Sometimes when I don't know, I'm just honest about it. I could go either way. Because I don't look at it how I look at it. I look at it, how do 3 different judges from 3 different angles score this?
I just think Miranda did more in that
from the bottom.
From the bottom. Lewis definitely scored the takedowns, had that big hook early in the round, but Miranda, I mean, the elbows were non-stop.
I agree. He was busy from the bottom. Now, if I was going to play devil's advocate,
please do.
Lewis did land a couple of good left hands on the feet,
for sure,
and dominant ground top game from the ground, but just didn't do a whole lot with it.
Lewis shoots in. Miranda initially sprawled. Now in an interesting position here.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough for Miranda to scramble out of this. Lewis is, he's winning the hip battle. Once again, early in the round, plenty of time to work. I would say for Lewis, but also plenty of time to work from the bottom for Miranda.
Exactly. So pretty much the same story here in the 4th round as we saw in the 3rd. Lewis with the takedown, working inside the guard of Miranda.
I really think if Lewis is concerned at all about possibly losing a round from, inactivity, or the activity rather from the bottom, this is a great position to do something about it. When you stack somebody against the fence, it takes away the submission threat, it takes away the threat of them throwing a lot of strikes, and you can posture on them like he's kind of doing. Get to your feet, get off of your knees, and start raining down some punches.
Absolutely, that's well said. That could turn the fight quickly. Miranda outstriking Lewis 144 to 93. Hear the corner lay down Douglas and Danny Silva yelling to Miranda, more elbows, Richie. The fans want to see these fighters stood up.
That I see Richie, sorry about that, Ron. Sure. Richie looking for the mount. It can be very easy to settle into that half guard position. Looking for the mount, in the mount now. At least he's advancing his position, trying to maybe find a way to end this fight.
But even from the mount, I mean, had the opportunity to
hasn't
drop
done much
some,
with it.
Yeah, hammer fists or elbows. Really hasn't as we hit the 1 minute 30-second mark of round 4.
No, I agree. I was hoping to see a little bit more in the short time that he was in the mount. He's right now fighting for that base arm control.
Richie Lewis, acknowledging he needs a finish to get on that UFC radar, but really has kind of reverting back to
referees looking in.
Days.
Even though they're kind of... Okay, I'm not mad at this.
I love it. Richie Lewis, I don't think does. The fans certainly do on their feet.
Yeah,
Under a minute to go in the 4th round.
Richie was looking at his corner. His corner was screaming at him, turn around, because the fight was starting right away.
Both Richies landing.
Both Richies.
Miranda going low and then up high and scoring shots.
30 seconds left in this round. See if either guy could do something big, try to steal this round. Last round was very close.
Oh, that elbow. Richie Lewis saying it. Richie Miranda drops the champion. Going to work. Richie Lewis in a lot of trouble. Holding on to the leg of Miranda.
Lewis is covering up right now.
Time winding down in this championship fight.
Oh my goodness, he's leaking.
Lewis is cut open. Horn sounds. We will go to the 5th round. Richie Lewis survives, but he's cut up.
Lewis needs to get his head together right now. He's talking to the ref, talking about the cut. He needs to drop all of that and get focused about this last round.
Absolutely, Alan.
I just said before that happened, if somebody can do something to maybe win this round.
Well, Richie Miranda did exactly that. Let's see. That was the elbow. I don't know what you're complaining about.
He didn't see it at all. Sneaky elbow.
Oh, and then another left, and then Miranda or Lewis goes down. Here's a great look at it.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh, I mean, just landing everything right here. Got to be careful with the back of the head right here, but he could feel the ear, the ending getting near, so he pulled on the pressure. I mean, look, they're staring at him.
Wow, I mean, how tough is Richie Lewis surviving that onslaught at the end of the round?
He's a gamer, Rob, but he needs to get his mind right now. No complaints, no worry about anything. You got to go out here and dominate this round.
They're representing El Machete here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The challenger came in almost an 8-1 underdog. Richie Miranda has an opportunity, and the champ is bloodied and battered. 5th and final round. The lightweight strap on the line.
Oh my God!
Big shot from Lewis and Miranda.
Nice overhand left by Lewis. Shooting in. Can Miranda sprawl on this?
Oh, he does so far, and he's pounding away.
Richie needs to let go of this. He needs to reshoot or get up. He can't hold on and just keep taking shots right here.
Richie Lewis, the blood is pouring from the nose and mouth. He gets back up.
Oh,
they're slipping on the blood now. What a fight.
Oh,
Lewis shoots in.
This is a big moment right here. If Lewis doesn't get this, he's going to be feeling defeated. Miranda's almost out on the sprawl. Nice shot by Miranda, getting off of the fence, putting his hips down.
Beautiful takedown defense.
Miranda looking for a dodge right here. Oh my goodness, he slipped on the blood.
Powers out.
Miranda sprawling heavy right here. Lewis trying to hold on. You can see it just by the fingertips. Trying to suck that leg in. Trying to turn the corner right there and try to finish his single leg. Miranda needs to get heavy on the head right here and not get his legs against the fence. It's going to allow Lewis to drive into him and complete this takedown. Look at the blood. It's allowing these guys to slide into 360.
Oh, and Miranda continuing to land shots. Getting through now. Lewis
looking in.
Covering up. The champ is in a lot of trouble. Richie Miranda can taste it.
He can taste the blood too. It's pouring everywhere.
Well said.
Oh my goodness. Lewis is looking very fatigued right here.
effort in one of the class acts in MMA. But tonight, El Machete finishes the journey, Alan.
Machete diced him up too, man. He made it a bloodbath. He needed to finish this fight strong. He finishes strong, and he finishes opponent Lewis. What a comeback right there. He was getting taken down early, found his moments, Ron. A couple of close rounds that we weren't sure about. That fourth round, he went and finished with that elbow, got Richie bloodied up, and came into this fifth round, put this fight away.
And the celebration goes on here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm sure somewhere in Southern California, Cub Swanson is celebrating, the head coach of the Bloodline Combat Sports team. And a game effort from Richie Lewis, but Alan, let's watch how El Machete got it done in that third round. This was huge, that sprawl and takedown defense.
You're right, Ron. Sorry about it. I mean, there was a couple of sprawls in there that won him the fight. Richie landed a good left hand, but that sprawl just really depleted Lewis and the momentum that he was trying to get going. And then once he was there, he was heavy on the hips, continuing with that ground and pound the entire time. We saw it early in the fight from the bottom, elbows from the bottom. When he got on top, it was the same relentless striking attack. You can see the referee looking in here. Lewis trying to hang on. There was blood everywhere. He was slipping and sliding to no success getting on top. Phenomenal performance by El Machete.
Without a doubt. And the strap is going back to Santa Ana, California. Richie Miranda is your new champion. Let's get the official time from Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Nick Barrett, calls a stop to this fight. 2 minutes, 4 seconds in the fifth and final round. Declaring your winner by TKO and new LFA Lightweight World Champion, Richie El Machete Miranda.
The journey is complete. Miranda, the new lightweight champion, takes the belt from Richie Lewis. He was a almost 8-1 underdog. Alan had talked about some live dogs here in Sioux Falls tonight, and the dogs were barking. Richie Miranda, what a performance. Gets it done. He is your new champion, and he is with Alan Joban.
All right, guys, I'm here with your new LFA Lightweight Champion. Before we get to that tremendous fight, guys, I want to put your hands together for Richie Lewis, the former champion. He's making his way out. He laid his gloves down at the end of the fight. He's unsure if the sport is still for him, if that's the last of him. It was a pleasure watching him fight, but back to you, man. He got the takedowns early in this fight. You had comeback rounds. There were some rounds that were very close, but the way that you landed that beautiful elbow in the fourth round and the comeback in the fifth round, tell me your thoughts on this fight.
Yeah, I mean, like I told you, I'm comfortable on the bottom and the feet. Even when I was on bottom, I was still landing more strikes. I'm pretty sure we go to the strikes. I landed the most and I threw the most. So I'm comfortable everywhere, baby. I'm comfortable everywhere. So, you know, it was a tough fight, you know, but like I told you, I'm gonna take him to deep waters, test this gangster, and, you know, I got the finish.
You got the finish indeed. Richie, this was your 9th fight in the LFA. You find yourself here where I believe you made your LFA debut, and you've got this gold around your waist now. What's the journey been like for you?
It's been great, man. LFA's been a huge part of my success, and you know, I've been with them since the beginning with my 4th fight. Started here, so you know, came full circle, coming back here. You know, I've always loved Sioux Falls, and I'm glad that I was able to win the belt here. You know, right where it started.